Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Once upon a time, there was a cottage in the woods where three bears lived. There was a great big daddy bear, a lovely mummy bear, and a very tiny baby bear. Daddy bear had a very big bowl to eat from, a very big chair to sit on, and a very big bed to sleep in. Mummy bear had a middle-sized bowl to eat from, a middle-sized chair to sit on, and a middle-sized bed to sleep in. Baby bear had a tiny bowl to eat from, a tiny chair to sit on, and a tiny bed to sleep in. One day Mummy bear cooked them all porridge for breakfast. She served the porridge into their bowls, but they couldn't eat it because it was too hot. So while it cooled down, they decided to go for their one bit of exercise, making sure they were maintaining social distancing. Now, Goldilocks was a pretty girl who had long blonde hair, and that was why everyone called her Goldilocks. One day she went for a walk in the forest. Her mother told her not to go out as they were in lockdown, but Goldilocks ignored her. Goldilocks never listened to her mother. After walking for a while, Goldilocks realised that she was lost. Tired and hungry, she walked some more until finally she came across the Three Bears' cottage. She knocked on the door. But when no one answered, she decided to ignore government advice on not visiting other homes and went inside. When she got inside the cottage, she found 3 bowls of porridge. Goldilocks tried the porridge in the biggest bowl. "Ow," she said, "this porridge is too hot." So she tried the porridge in the medium-sized bowl. "Ugh," she said, "this porridge is too cold." She tried the porridge in the tiny bowl. She said, "this porridge is just right." So she ate it all up. After eating the porridge, Goldilocks wanted to sit down. She looked around and found 3 chairs. First, she tried the biggest chair. "Oh dear," she said, "this chair is much too big." Then she tried the medium-sized chair. "Oh no," she said, "this chair is still too big." Finally, she tried the tiny chair. This chair is just right." So she sat on the chair, but then the chair broke into pieces. Too much porridge, Goldilocks. Goldilocks became sleepy and decided to look upstairs. She found a room with 3 beds. She tried the biggest bed. "Ouch," she said, "this bed is too hard." So she tried the medium-sized bed. "Oh no, this bed is too soft." So she tried the tiny bed. She said, "this bed is just right." And it was so comfortable that she lay down and fell asleep. Meanwhile, the 3 bears came home from their walk to eat their porridge. "Who's been eating my porridge?" said Daddy Bear. "Who's been eating my porridge?" said Mummy Bear. "And who's been eating my porridge?" said Baby Bear. "And look, they've eaten it all up." Then the 3 bears saw the chairs. "Who's been sitting in my chair?" said Daddy Bear. "And who's been sitting in my chair?" said Mummy Bear. "And who's been sitting in my chair?" said Baby Bear. "And look, they've broken it." The 3 bears went to look upstairs. "Who's been sleeping in my bed?" said Daddy Bear. "Who's been sleeping in my bed?" said Mummy Bear. "Who's been sleeping in my bed?" said Baby Bear. "And look, she's still there." Just then Goldilocks woke up. She saw the 3 bears and screamed. She jumped out of bed, ran down the stairs and out of the cottage as fast as she could. She ran and ran until finally she saw her house and her mother. She promised her mother that she would never break the lockdown rules again, as she didn't want to get a penalty fine. And that was the last 3 bears ever saw of Goldilocks, and after disinfecting the house, they lived happily ever after.